Well, I'm officially out of firewood. But I'm okay because I have 3 of these Chinese diesel heaters to heat my 2,800 square foot shop, 3 different zones. Like and subscribe. This is going to be a series of cool videos. I've got a day left, but I'm using it sparingly. Went through 2 cords already. We had such a cold winter. That gets me through my entire winter with this 2,800 square foot shop. But I use the diesel heaters. Now that's all I run, or have been, because I'm out of firewood. This one's been running steady every day, 24/7, since it got cold out. So it's about 5 weeks now, 6 weeks. This, I put in 4, this will be its 4th winter. It runs 24/7. It's got all of 5,000 or 6,000 hours on it. So right now I have that one there. That's an H calorie. I have this one in the garage that I just converted to a 5-gallon tank. That one, the 5-gallon can, is outside. You saw the hose go through the wall. Here is my it's the same exact heater, just in this one has a case, but I took the tank out of it, as you can see. Hooked it up to a 5-gallon can. There's a quick disconnect on there. So this will run 5-6 days on low. Right now I'm not on low because it's fairly cold outside. This is just so I can know that it's running. And that's 2. That's an 8,000 kilowatt H calorie, same as the one down below. These will range anywhere from 3,000 to 25,000 BTUs-ish. Here is, let me see. Here's the temp. Here's my other one, H calorie, same exact one. This one, right now I've got it set on 6. And I'm keeping everything up here. This is 28 by 30. And I'm keeping it at 70 degrees, easily. It blows a lot of air. It's these things are the best things in the world. Right now I'm drying my boots also. But I'm out of firewood. I don't have to worry about it. This one's on a 5-gallon can again. Again, that'll run on low, that'll run 5-6 days. Medium, it'll run 3 days, but there's very few days where I need it even on anything other than low. I run these 3, it's far cheaper than propane, by a long shot. I don't know, I'd have to do the math, but you can't go wrong. I'll list this stuff below, the links to these, because it is so worth it. If I needed another one, I'd order it today on Amazon, I'd have it tomorrow. They stock them in the warehouses, it sounds like. And with, I took the tank out of this and put a 5-gallon tank to it, but if you don't take the tank out of it, you set these up in 5 minutes, put your power to it, fill it up with fuel, you're ready to go. These are all running on 12-volt inverters. I can run them off a battery or 12-volt inverter. But if the power goes out, as it did last week, I ran it off my Blue Eddy. Or I could run it off just a plain old battery. And if you want to really, there's an overland camper that I built. There's one in the tongue box of that. It's actually on right now. I just turned it on. And if you really look, there's an 18-foot cargo trailer over there. There's one in the tongue box of that. That one's not on. That one is going to get a 17-gallon fuel tank, because I've got to be gone for a week next week, and it's going to be cold out. That has a bed, bathroom, everything in it, and I'm going to live in it. But I don't know. I have not had an issue. The one down below, like I said, it's on its 4th year. I've never even cleaned it. So these things are lifesavers to me. If and there's another one right now. It got so cold out, if you look, going into the basement window that used to have a window AC unit, I converted that the other day. There is a same one of these, same thing, H-Calorie 8,000 kilowatt in that box, piped into the house, and the return comes from the house, but everything's outside, fuel tank and exhaust. Everything's outside. The entire unit's outside. And I did that because I let that run when I'm gone. I'll put a 5-gallon can on that, and that'll run for 5 days. But what it's doing is, when it's this cold out, this house is not efficient. I've got to do a lot of work to the insulation. So the warming up that basement makes such a difference because the floor is warm in the rest of the house. That house is 3,800 square feet. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of square footage there. They've added on to a couple times, but never added on to the actual, the actual furnace. So, but not that it's, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not bad. It's just when it gets this cold that we have to supplement it, or we don't warm up in there. And the garage is actually warmer than the house 24/7 because of these 3 diesel heaters. Can't tell you how much I think I'm all for them. People say they're dangerous. Everything's dangerous if you don't put it in right. Everything's dangerous if you don't do it right. Make sure it's correct. Test it. I test these with my own. I have a handheld CO2 or carbon monoxide. None of these leak because I put them together properly. I double check them before I fire them up. I fire them up and test them. Then I'll make sure I put them wherever I put them. They're safe, and I can then know that I feel comfortable that these run all night long. So I have no problem with them whatsoever. And they're sophisticated enough to where they'll shut down if something's going wrong. So I guess there's a 100 different kinds out there. I like the H-Calorie. There's less expensive ones out there, and there's some that are 6 to 10 times as much money. But I don't know about the less expensive ones. These are the middle of the road. 150 bucks somewhere. Not even. They're lower than the middle of the road. But I don't think there is no middle. It's 150 bucks, 200 bucks, and then it goes to 700 bucks. So these I have found, and you can run them with your phone, however you want. Bluetooth, start them up, shut them down. Not Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. So you got to be fairly close to them. Same with the remote control. But like and subscribe. I'm going to do more about this. I've got one that will be going. It is built. It's ready to go. I'm going to start my cat skid steer with it tomorrow because that's the only way I can heat it. Or that's the only way I can heat the motor is I have it's actually a Vevor. Same one as these, 8 kilowatt. It slides into the back. I drape it, and it heats up the whole engine compartment just like we used to do 40 years ago, heating up the equipment in the woods and in the mines. But like and subscribe. This is some cool stuff. You need some quick heat for a lot of. I mean, there's a little tent, ice shack. There's a million things you could use these for, and they're so simplistic that there's not a lot that can go wrong.